What is going on, guys? George with another video, and as you can tell right behind me, we do have the swing out that we recently installed. I don't know if you guys remember, but my old bumper, I'm going to show you guys a quick picture. It did have some inserts for the Baja Designs, and as you can see here, I do have them here. They do have the plates. These are some S2 Pros, and the only thing about this bumper that I do miss is that they don't have the inserts for the Baja Designs. So what I'm going to be doing is I actually purchased different bezels. Obviously these bezels here are the ones that attach to the bumper, but I did pick up other brackets from Baja Designs, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be putting right here in the back as chase lights. I'm also going to be explaining and showing you guys how you can replace the lenses for the Baja Designs, the importance of having a water seal, and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I do have my old S2 Pros with the bezels that go on the bumper. As you can see, they're pretty filthy. But here we have the new bezels that were provided by Baja Designs. And also, since I'm going to be using them as chase lights, I do want to use them in amber. And I did get the spot all around. As you can see, the ones that I had on the bumper were all flood. And the reason why I decided to go with the spot this time is because these were actually pretty bright and it did kind of disperse the lighting. I didn't want to be blinding people when we were going on the trails. Now with this lens that's all spot, I'm able to aim the light into a certain direction. That way people can still see me from far, even if there's dust or anything, whatever condition we're traveling in. And at the same time, it's not going to blind anyone. So let's get started. We're going to be removing these 4 screws, and that should give us access to the lens. So once I add the lens, it should look something like this. We're going to be adding the bezel right on top. And man, that looks really good. A lot of people do tend to replace the little gasket that's inside, but in my case, I wasn't experiencing any type of water or condensation, so I'm just going to leave the same one and save the other bezel, which is this one right here, for another occasion when I'm doing a different swap. Keep in mind, this does apply to all Baja Design products, so if you guys plan on buying a bar light or buying chase lights, buying squadrons, you guys can definitely have this option where you guys can be switching the pattern or the color of the lens. I did have a different setup here before, and all the wiring is already done. I did this a while back, and as you can see, for those of you guys saying, George, you're not supposed to have exposed wires. Well, it's not connected, guys. So I'm going to be placing the bracket in between this groove here, down here, and I'm going to be placing the Baja Designs right here, right in the middle, one on the left and one on the right. So let me talk a little bit about this bed rack that I do have. Keep in mind, my roof rack is also made by the same company. It's a company called Frontrunner, and the reason why I went with this company is because, as you can see here, you do have multiple and endless options when it comes down to placement. You can either place some rotor packs, chase lights, axe mounts, you name it. And like I said, you do have different options where you can place certain things. Right now I'm still debating whether I want it closer to the end, which would be right here, or closer to the middle, which would be right here. So now that I removed the rotor pack, I'm going to be placing the hardware inside and just sliding it where I want to place the Baja Design. In my case, I want it pretty centered between this line here and the rotor pack, which usually ends around here, so that's pretty centered to me. Once you have it secured, you can go ahead and start tying up the bracket. Alright, so once your bracket is in place, go ahead and just place the light and make sure it's positioned where you want it. Once it is, go ahead and add the hardware provided, and don't forget to add the lock nut in between the light and the screw. Putting the lock washer in between the light and the bracket could be a little tricky, so go ahead and take your time. So eventually, if you don't put a lock nut, eventually it will get loose and you'll start start seeing your light rattle. Eventually you'll hear that sound inside the cab and you'll come back and you'll remember, man, I forgot to put the lock. That's pretty much it, guys. You will need to grab your Allen wrench and also tying this portion up. But you are going to be repeating the same process to the other side. When it comes down to the wiring portion of it, like I said earlier, I was running a different setup and the wiring was all done by me, but it was done in a different video. So I'll be definitely linking that video down below in the bio. I still have to look for it. It's been a while. I think there's 100 and something videos or different installs. So if you guys have any questions regarding any type of installs, you guys can definitely comment down below, or simply just go through my videos and I promise most likely you will find what you're looking for, whether it's wiring a light bar, to installing a bumper, to adding LEDs interior and in the exterior, from installing metal steel bumpers, from installing sliders, tires, Clasial seats, T-PAM systems, phone mounts. I'm telling you guys, there's a bunch of videos on there, so go through them. I know a lot of people do comment down below, hey George, do you have a video of this? Most likely I do. So that's pretty much it when it comes down to this video. This video was mainly focused on the fact that you can actually change the lenses on these Baja Designs. That includes the Baja Designs S2 Pros, S2 Sports, Squadron Pro, Squadron Sports, even the light bars on X6s, S8s, and whatnot. If you guys are waiting for the output shots of these lights, the best thing about it is that I have some epic, and I mean epic, night shots of the output of these lights. You guys ready? Let's roll it.